Welcome, everybody, to the Round 1 Front 9 coverage of the 2021 Dynamic Discs Open, presented by, of course, Dynamic Discs. Again, this is the second PDGA National Tour Event of the year. I'm Brian Earhart, joined here yet again by fellow left-handed competitor Nathan Queen, calling the shots today. Nathan, we move to Jones Gold. What do you think about this track?
Yeah, first look at it, and I only got one look at it before the tournament, and it's got a lot of attackable par fours on it. You really want to get most of the par fours, and then if you can pick up some twos on the par threes, then you'll be looking good.
Lots of OBs scattered throughout this course, and a lot of skipping, sloped fairways. You did say there were attackable par fours here, and that is no joke. There are tons of shorter par fours that can be attacked for eagle. We move into hole 1, which you really can't attack for eagle.
No.
What do you think about this hole?
Yeah, this comes in immediately as the hardest hole on the course. This is not one of the attackable par fours. You've got a couple different options off the tee. You can go low straight line to the right, or there's a high righty forehand left to right play as well. And then you just got to throw over the road again.
And we have a card that is going to be really exciting to watch. Double G, Nate Sexton, Kevin Jones, and Eric Oakley. Going up the gut here is totally fine. OB right, OB left.
Yeah, and just a smooth shot out of Garrett there. He's not looking to get a whole lot of distance and puts it right in the fairway where he's got a good long righty hyzer into the pin.
Yeah, and this is definitely a strategic hole. You do not have to bite too much off, and I'm going to guess that he's not going to bite too much off right here. Nate Sexton going to rely on, looks like an Excalibur.
Yeah, it looks like he was looking up to the left. We'll probably see that forehand line.
First round, there was a very hard pushing wind to the left, so we'll see what this does. Height actually looks really solid.
Yeah, this should be right where you want to be at.
Yeah.
He's close to the road, so it makes it a little more attackable to the green.
And you see the clouds in the background. There were storms in the forecast. Every player was expecting to get it, and it still has not quite hit yet. And Kevin also opting to go forehand here. He likes to throw with a little bit more flex, so hopefully he fights that crosswind.
Yeah, higher is better on this, and that came out a little bit flatter than I think he wanted.
Yeah. That shot off to the left needs to be pushed up way higher and tighter to that tree.
Yeah, you really don't want it to have any stand-up on it. It needs to be a hyzer the whole way with that crosswind. Eric looks like he's lining up the straight gap.
And I believe this is the new evader from DD. It's, I believe, a 7502 in the flight numbers, and he is loving this disc. And he says he's been throwing it almost as far as his distance drivers.
Yeah, super straight flight there. Seemed like it had a lot of glide and got super far down into a flat area.
Kevin going power hyzer.
Super aggressive
off
from
the
where
road.
he's at. Gets a great flare off of the road and is going to jump up and roll close to Circle 2's edge where he could have a chance to save his par after going OB.
That was a very solid second shot.
Yeah, and this second shot plays into Garrett's strengths here where you really just got to push a hyzer forward just as far as you can. And he seems to have let it go just a bit early.
And already you're seeing why this is coming in as the hardest hole. The second shot is so specific, and we'll see if Sexton tries to attack this after a pretty solid forehand.
No. And
He doesn't like it.
Yeah, he knows he's turned it over out of his hand, and it's heading for some water.
A little bit deep.
And he'll get to advance a little further than Garrett there, and it looks like he's around Circle 2's edge as well, putting for a par. Eric, after getting down to the flat, has a bit of a straighter shot more than a hyzer, and he's able to turn it over. It's a bit of a safer play from there. You don't have to worry as much. He could run it from there, but he's out in that 80 Circle T's edge where everybody's just kind of doing what they can, really.
Yeah, exactly.
This is one of the easier greens to run it on. As long as you don't skip off the top and go in the shelter behind there,
yeah.
and it stops pretty quickly.
Kevin just right of the basket there.
Yeah, and at .92 strokes over par, almost a full stroke over par to start your round here.
And it's something that the players know. When you go through practice rounds, you know what people are going to do on these holes. We play against these players each week, so you can kind of judge whether or not playing for par is okay. And pretty sure people know that, the birdie look is very specific depending on where you land your drive. And as you can see, I think 3 or 4 bogey strokes on this hole.
Still played better than average. Hole 2, 351 feet, but it really is only playing about 280, I would say. It's not a super steep downhill, but the way the wind is pushing, the disc just gets there very quickly.
Yes, and it slopes downwards towards the OB. Eric has to play this wide.
Yeah, and there is OB right side, close to circle's edge.
Great forehand from Eric.
And yeah, if that hadn't have caught the pole there, then it was rolling. It had some speed, and it may have made it to that OB, but what a great shot.
And that's an aggressive hyzer from Garrett.
Wow. Garrett.
And he sticks it.
Just showing his pinpoint accuracy with the power that he has, backing off on a super steep hyzer. I haven't even seen anybody throw that line yet out here.
And I'm guessing Sexton's going to go with that same, I believe, Excalibur. Little flatter and maybe a little bit more stall angle on this shot than Eric's. Oh, he went high hyzer as well.
Yeah, this is pushing right. It catches that tree, though, which is probably good. I believe that was going to end up right OB.
Every player going really high with this forehand.
Yeah, that's pushing right, and that is not a good-looking roll.
No way. I did not see an OB marker from him. Oh, we did. Oh, shoot.
So Nate with the chance for birdie after the branches up there.
Oh,
teardrop. Body language would have said he didn't like it out of the hand, but
and the
that looked great.
Gatekeeper rewind.
Just
jams
drops
it
right in, dead center. Great elevator putt, I'll say right there. Just super high, making sure he doesn't go too far past the basket if he doesn't make it.
And just an awesome par save from Kevin. These are the putts that separate the elite pros from, the ones trying to make it out here. That saves you so many strokes, being able to step up and hit that clutch putt after an OB drive.
And Garrett, after the high hyzer play that I didn't really know was there yet, tapping in his birdie, and Eric just placing his disc in the basket after a great forehand over the top.
And moving into hole number 3, and again, this drone flight is sponsored by Flight Factory, so thank you to them. This hole is strange. The OB kind of pinches off. You have to throw a very conservative position hyzer, and then you're playing over the out of bounds about 300 to 400 feet to the basket.
Yeah, I'd say you're going to see a fairway driver out of most righty backhand players. Just kind of about a 320-foot hyzer.
Yeah.
And you really don't want to play with that OB too much. And but after, as long as you don't try too hard off of this tee shot, it's a fairly simple hole.
Garrett going with, it looks like a Firebird. And actually, that's going to be in a great spot.
Yeah, he's pushed further left than most of what I've seen from other players. And he should have a pretty short approach. This is looking a little long. He stays just on the edge of it, and he'll still have a play from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all the woods long are totally safe.
But you do not want to, there's not lines out of it.
No. Ooh, really smooth, kind of a flip-up hyzer from Kevin.
Yeah, as long as this dumps. And yeah, it does push a little bit long.
Let's take a look back here. I love this shot from Nate. Super smooth, kind of a flat line. He has such compact form. He does not overextend on any of these shots, and that went such a long way. Sets himself up for another forehand.
Possibly with the Sexton Firebird here.
And he gets on this one. 15 feet from the basket. That's fantastic from where he was at.
Yeah, one of the further up shots that you'd like to have on the hole, but plays it just fine.
My bag okay right there? Pull it back. Terrible. Unbelievable.
Ooh, spicy.
Just like the shirt. Eric also going forehand here. Pumps it out wide. Looks pretty good as long as it doesn't catch those branches.
Oh my.
Almost
That
tags
would have
the
been
cage.
nice. Wow.
And Kevin stayed just on the edge there. Looks like it gave him just enough to work with. Skips in front of those trees. He'll be 40, 45 feet right there. Still has a birdie look.
This is just going to be a rock from Double G. Ooh, kind of sawed that one off.
Yeah, it doesn't quite get the stand-up he was looking for on that. He'll also be in that circle too.
Just right for Kev. He should be right there for a tap-in par. It's kind of that mid-zone for Double G. Like, do I throw the Sonic? Do I jump putt?
Right, and he almost had it right there, just low. Looks like he's got a little bit of stuff in his way. Still pretty close, but not quite a clean look for par. Yeah, you can see he's trying to work that branch right in front of him.
It's crazy how something so simple can affect throwing a disc 20 feet.
And able to adjust, gets it in just under the top. Has a bit of a hard time coming out of there, but walks away with a par.
Another weird thing that we're seeing, Nathan, is that flag on top of the basket is completely calm, which is so rare for these courses.
Yeah, pretty calm out here the first day.
Hey guys, thank you for watching. Be sure to check out the brand new Nate Sexton Signature X-Cal. Also have the Tour Series Firebird and Firefly coming. And my podcast, Running It with Nate Sexton. And I hope I make this next putt.
The PDGA has ignited the passions of professional and amateur members, paving the way for generation after generation of die-hard players. Disc golf isn't just your passion, it's ours too.
Moving into hole number 4, another placement par 4. You can get aggressive and get over this gravel, which is OB, to this island. Again, it's only 530. All you want to do is stay off that right side.
Yeah, this is the second of 4 pretty attackable par 4s in a row here. And just about 340 feet, and then you've got an easy 200 foot upshot. So
yeah, Eric put it exactly where you want to put it. I believe that's one of those evaders. Again, he really has molded a lot of his decision making around that disc.
yeah, it looks like Sexton's going with that X-Cal again.
And as long as that doesn't get too big of a flare.
Yeah, I'm surprised he straightened that up. I don't know if he was wanting that to go flat at all. I figured he would just go hyzer the whole way, but he's put it up really close to the OB line and has about the shortest upshot you could have.
And Garrett is going for it with a huge roller. Come on.
Oh, this is pushing
Go.
long. Oh,
No way.
that is incredible.
He's pin high.
550 foot roller right there.
All day, bud. Let's bucket. Good shot.
And Kevin has to follow up a pinpoint roller with a chip hyzer forehand.
Which is fair, though. You know, that's what you want to do on the hole. He's going to do it again and get the birdie that you got to get on this hole. There's lots of OB, but really at this level it shouldn't come into play too much.
No skip off the gravel for Sexton. He's going to take his meter.
And a tap-in birdie.
Exactly. And that right side, I know I said it was danger, but there's no OB back there, just like the previous hole. Garrett might have a look, though, for the eagle.
Yeah, and Eric pushed long to circle's edge here. Hits the top, and he's going to have a bit of a tester again if you're not feeling it.
And unfortunately...
Oh, it looks like he
this
has
is
rolled
gettable.
in.
He definitely tried a little safe flick run there. And Sexton doesn't even need to take his meter. He's that good.
Just putt from where it's at.
Yeah.
He straddle putts. He's not putting from OB. And a good par putt there from Eric. You could tell he wasn't concerned about it. He knew he was about to make it.
Would have loved to see Garrett get a clean look at that eagle. That was a phenomenal roller. But I'm sure he's totally fine with the tap-in birdie.
And that'll move us into hole 5. Another, I want to say shorter par 4. I guess it's still 641 feet. Your placement shot off the tee can be anywhere from 360 or really even 340 to 390 before you start getting a little nervous about pushing to the water. And then from there you've got a pretty, as long as you get towards the top of the hill, besides the water making you nervous, it's a pretty easy carry shot over to the green.
And you see how it looks like a mid from Garrett. Yeah, there's OB left, OB right. And that's actually a great spot. It's a little bit flatter over there where he landed.
Yeah, and he can just throw basically that same shot again. He doesn't have to worry about flattening it out. He can just throw a hyzer.
Kevin's doing the same thing. Yeah, when you land in the flat, it's just a little tougher second shot because you are throwing uphill.
Yeah, you avoid that uphill run up, but you do have to get your disc high enough over the hill now without getting it too nose up as well.
Eric, evader yet again. Perfect spot.
Yeah, we could about just replay their drives right here.
Yeah.
And be throwing the same shot again. Kevin getting a little bit too much hyzer on that. Comes out to the left side. He'll still have a look.
We're starting to hear a little bit of rain coming down as Sexton throws a pretty good looking hyzer. Kind of gets a little bit of a skip there.
Yeah, maybe disking up to make sure he makes it over the water, causing it to flare a little more. This looks a little wider from Eric. It's going to come in softer.
I'm actually really loving Eric's disc selection. That also was an evader. That's just a little bit more overstable one.
And Garrett looked like he knew out of his hand. He kind of softed that one. Didn't quite get it up there. You see the umbrellas out now after hitting
Nice
the rain.
putt from Kev. Sometimes hitting a big putt in the rain is just exactly what you need to pump you up.
Anytime you're watching him, he's making all these circle 2 putts. So cool to watch.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Just inside the circle here from Sexton. And left it low on the elevated basket. Seems like it stuck to his hand maybe. He looked down at his hand.
He has such a funny sense of humor when he's playing. The perfect amount of self-deprecating.
Yeah. Great birdie there from Eric. Putting it close enough not to have to worry about the putt too much. Good caddy right there.
Great caddy right there. I was just about to say the same thing. Yeah, every single player has like a different flow when the rain starts to fall. Everybody, either you cover your disc with a towel.
The Star Excalibur is a workhorse disc for me. It's been a staple in my bag at all my biggest wins, taking care of the majority of my distance forehand work, whether it's Winthrop Gold, Lake Eureka, or Wild Horse. It's been a disc that I've used and always trusted to give me a lot of distance and a predictable fade that I can always lean on, even in high pressure situations.
Moving into hole number 6. Following suit, another placement-oriented par 4. You need to be left on this tee shot to get through this opening. There's OB all down the left side.
Yeah, this one really, you do have to get a little more distance off of the tee than you have on the last couple ones. That's not going to be far enough or left enough to have a good attackable gap. He may be short enough to still be able to go over top now.
Yes, we have seen players go spike hyzer on the right side. And like I was saying earlier, every player has a different flow in the rain.
And this is looking fantastic out of Eric.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's right down there and
Perfect
should have a
spot.
straight look at the basket now. He doesn't even have to worry about trying to get right.
He's still spinning it. Even with the rain, he can't stop.
It straightens out on him a little bit. But he, again, if he's short enough and is feeling it, could go over top there and still have a birdie chance.
And that looks pretty good if it gets left. That's crushed.
Oh, wow. And with the amount of height he had on there, I wasn't sure he would skip, but it caught that angle and just got the best flare he could get, got all the way down. We do see Sexton going for the high hyzer here.
And he gets it.
Yeah.
Great shot.
Inside the circle. We got grenade instead of high hyzer from Kev. And parks it. That's just look up how to do that and then see.
The grip to throw one of those is so uncomfortable, and to do it when it's raining is so impressive. And then Eric just gets to throw a dainty little approach shot.
Yeah, Garrett still a bit pitched off, goes with a forehand and absolutely parks it.
I'd like to see a Nate Sexton Spike Hyzer compilation. I don't think the video would be very long.
I don't think it would either.
We might have seen the only one. This could have been it.
And Eric draining his putt. Looks like we should see Star.
Hey everyone, I'm Eric Oakley. Thank you guys for tuning in to Gatekeeper Media. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to their channel. If you want to follow more of my action, make sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram at the Eric Oakley. You can also find me on Twitch TV at ARock Oakley, and make sure to follow us on Whale Pants on YouTube. Big thanks to Dynamic Discs, Birdie Fuel Coffee, Thunderbird Bars, Disc Golf Strong, and Whale Sex for the support, and all of you guys watching, supporting Gatekeeper Media and all the disc golf media out there. Thank you guys so much.
And moving into hole 7, 355 feet with a Mando on the right. You've got this red, I'll say barn. You've got this barn at the end to get around. Really a straight, but not that straight. You want it to go straight with a hyzer angle.
Yes.
And then finish.
Yeah, as you can see, Kevin's did not quite get right enough. That's what's interesting about this tee shot.
Yeah, as soon as you see a disc stand up, it's really not going to get far enough right.
Eric says it's wide.
It's also looking long.
It's actually not bad. He has an uphill putt for birdie.
It carried long enough to get to that downhill and push off to the right rather than just sticking off left.
Having to lean on these forehands when it's raining is just so difficult.
Another X-Cal here. Also standing it up straight. That's not quite what you're looking for.
Sit down.
And that's not what you're looking for either. Oh, maybe that's not too bad. Now he's got now he's got an uphill putt.
So Garrett, it almost looked like he went mid-range roller on this.
Inside
That's
the
not bad at
circle,
all.
25 feet. That's a great shot.
Wow.
Not having a power forehand. He's manufacturing a way to get the closest of the group. What a great shot from Garrett there.
And Nate's quietly at 3 under through 6 holes. So this is for 4 under here.
Yeah, and leaves it just low. Downhill like that, when you're not playing on a course that has a lot of elevation, it can be a little trickier to get the height on it because you haven't been working with that the rest of the round.
Kevin cashes another birdie. He's caught some fire after a little hiccup early on.
I believe that's the 3rd circle 2 of this round already.
Garrett cannot capitalize on the big opportunity after the sweet roller.
Yeah, Eric and Nate just going to be cleaning up pars. You'll see a lot of pars on this hole. This is one of the harder par 3s on the course.
It's a very specific forehand angle to hit because you don't have room to flex it. We move into hole number 8. Everything left of these white flags is out of bounds. Righties are going to throw a long flexing turnover or a wide hyzer over the road. And then the second shot's pretty simple if you're in play.
Yeah, with how short the hole is, really, as long as you get past the OB, you don't have to work extremely hard to get the birdie. There might be a tree or two if you land in an unfortunate spot, but fairly simple hole here as long as you get past this first island of OB you see off to the left.
Eric's shot looks decent. Oh, so close to getting the path skip that he was looking for. And that's going to actually be a tougher second shot for him.
This needs to, yeah, just gets around that first heater there.
This could be boomtown for Garrett.
The group likes it.
Wow.
Yeah, turning the cameraman.
That was absolutely worth the sheesh that we just heard.
You can see there's a couple low lines here. I imagined he would have gone on the left side because of the fade that had on there, but it got it a little high. Jumps out to circle 2. He'll still have a chance for the birdie.
Ooh, Eric with a downhill run-up still throws high hyzer. Yeah, gives himself a look.
This is one of those rains that it's doing right now where it's not raining hard enough where you're miserable, but it's raining just enough where you're pretty annoyed about it.
Yeah, you're just slightly annoyed and you have to take a little extra time for each shot. You're at least hoping for some thunder at this point, so you can at least wait out the rain, but...
Oh, and from circle's edge, just bouncing off of the cage there. An inch or so higher and it would have gone in.
Yes!
Eric able to convert after some funky footing on the upshot there.
Yeah, very impressive. I mean, to control your body moving downhill and then last second have to force all of your weight upwards. That was pretty impressive on that second shot. I like the way Eric's playing right now. He seems pretty calculated, pretty under control. He doesn't look stressed. Sexton taps into par as well.
And Garrett, after just a little short upshot, going to tap in his birdie. And that moves us into hole 9. Another fairly easy par 4 that you really want to get to finish this front, this strong front 9. Righty smash hyzer. That's all you got to do.
Almost the same as the last hole.
But simpler, really.
Yeah. This is one where, if the wind and the weather is right, you can be getting up there for an eagle look.
Eric does push that left OB line a little bit, but he does stay safe, and he'll still have a 250-foot up shot.
Oh, no. That's got to keep coming. No way. Garrett.
Oh, that hits the pole and jumps out towards the highway. That is a huge mistake.
Because that lost him a disc, too.
On what for Garrett is a eagleable hole.
Oh, and he loses the disc in the process. That is not good. Kevin puts his in play.
Yeah, Garrett is going to be pretty far back. That went out very quickly. Nate going to just miss the road.
Oh, my gosh. Almost a backwards kick.
So Garrett going to have to throw pretty hard here again. Hopefully he can correct.
Ooh, and he got that to flip a little bit as he jammed it on the hyzer.
He's gotten this flat up, and he's going to... I can't tell exactly where he's at. I think he's around circle 2 maybe for his par look.
He's still close enough to make that putt. That's still a great drive from where he was at.
And Kevin, again, for the second hole in a row, kind of turns his forehand to the left. Gets closer than he did on the last hole, but still has a longer look.
And I don't know if it's maybe because of the rain, but I know sometimes it's a little tougher to release those flicks with pure hyzer. Garrett misses a little low. That's going to be a bogey, unfortunately, for him.
Yeah, that's losing a couple strokes right there on this hole. And Eric left his upshot a little short as well. He's been putting well, though.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, and again able to knock that one down.
His
6
stroke,
down on the front 9. That's really what you're looking for.
Super solid. And really, that looks like to be the pace that needs to be set out here. It's almost like this course is supposed to be played in severe wind, and we kind of got the calm before the storm with almost no wind.
Yeah, because with all these attackable par 4s that we're talking about, they have so much OB where if that wind is 20-plus miles an hour like you typically see it out here, we would not be saying these are attackable par 4s.
Exactly.
Because when winds like that, you've got to get inside 15 feet to have a for sure putt.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's going to be an unfortunate bogey there for Garrett. He moves to 2 under par for the front 9. And there you have it, folks. The weather is starting to roll in. The rain is starting to fall. And we still have some hot scores. Eric is at 6 down, a couple of 4 downs and a 2 down. As you can see, Ben Callaway yet again shooting a phenomenal round and keeping his push as establishing himself on tour. Congratulations to Ben. We will catch you back on the back 9 of this round. Make sure to subscribe to Gatekeeper Media on YouTube. Again, I'm Brian Earhart. He's Nathan Queen. We are signing off.
We'll see you guys out there.